Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel, welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to episode 4 of TBR Take Down. If you haven't watched any of my TBR Takedown videos before, this is a series I do on my channel where I am trying to read down my TBR and take it down. I have over 200 physical books unread on my shelves, so I'm trying to get through them with these videos and have little themes for each vlog. The theme for this vlog is one-word titles, so I have 3 books that I'm so excited to read. All 3 of these books are 5-star predictions for me. I have such high hopes for them. I have heard great things about them, and I'm really hoping this is the best episode of TBR Takedown yet. So let me show you the 3 books that I want to read. The first one I want to talk about is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is a new dystopian series, or the first book in a dystopian series by Neil Shusterman. I have loved Neil Shusterman's other dystopian series in the past, so I cannot wait to get to this one. I've heard really good things, and I just feel like I'm going to want to binge the whole series. After that, I have Lightlark by Alex Astor. This one blew up on TikTok, but before it even blew up on TikTok, I was looking forward to it because I remember seeing something about it like months, maybe even a year before it came out, and I was like, yes, please, I want to read that one, and I just feel like it's going to be so fast-paced, and I'm just going to be obsessed with it. I just know I am. It's going to be great, and I'm going to love it. Hopefully. And the third book that I want to read in this video is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Now, this was a lot of people's favorite book last year. Obviously, it is beautiful and stunning, and I'm really hoping I love it as well because I just want to be in with everybody, you know? And it's also just a beautiful book that I want to love the inside as much as the outside. So those are the 3 books that I plan on reading in this video. I will tell you about each of them as I am reading them and I get further into them and I can give you a better synopsis. But yes, let's go along and let's hope for 3 5 stars. Hello, hi. Okay, so clearly I started with Scythe by Neil Shusterman, and let me tell you what this is about. So this is kind of a dystopian, utopian society where in this world people have figured out how to defeat death. So if you die or have an accident of some sort, then you go through a revival period and then like kind of come back to life. So there is no disease or anything like that. And so because of this, overpopulation is a big thing. So there are people called scythes, and these scythes go around and they kill people. They have to research their target and then they get to decide how to kill them in order to fix overpopulation. So in this book, we follow 2 characters, Citra and Rowan, and they are teenagers who are apprenticing under a scythe. And one of the main kind of rules, not necessarily rules, but how they look for scythes is somebody who really does not want to be a scythe, because you know that they're going to be a good one if they're not malicious and evil. And so these 2 characters, they really don't want to be a scythe, but they have kind of fallen into this. So it's really interesting following 2 characters who are being apprentices and trying to learn how to be a scythe, and they are also under Scythe Faraday, and Scythe Faraday is a really interesting character. So I am 111 pages into this, so it's going good. I have been feeling really slumpy this month and my reading has been really weird and all over the place, so I'm hoping this is going to be my saving grace and help me get my mojo back and get really into it. So far I am really enjoying it. I have loved Neil Shusterman's books before. He wrote the Unwind dystology, and that is one of my favorite dystopians, and so him writing dystopian, I just feel like he can't do anything wrong with it. But this is such an interesting concept, and it's also interesting because the different scythes, they, like I said, can choose how to kill the person. So we've already seen very unique ways. We've also seen some scythes that aren't good, so I'm interested to see where that is going as well. But yeah, that is my update so far. Wow, it really messed with my white balance, but I am loving it, so I'm hoping to read more today. It's like 11:30 in the morning. I have an appointment at 4, but as of right now, I finished editing a photo shoot that I did for my friend, so I think my day is clear and I can read some more. Okay, I need to update you because I am now 50% of the way through Scythe. I am on page 220. I'm putting up a picture here because the book messes up my white balance so much, and when I'm not wearing makeup, it's a jump scare. So yes, 50% of the way through this, and I am having a great time. We're getting to see so many different scythes, and they each work in a very different way. So it's really fascinating to see how they choose their subjects and how much research can go into it, and also how they choose the meaning or the means of killing, because it's all different and everybody reacts in a different way. I am also really loving Citra and Rowan and seeing their thought process as they're learning more about the scythedom and everything like that. The world is really fascinating, and I love dystopian so much, and I love Neil Shusterman's writing. I feel like it goes by very quickly and I get so sucked into it. So I really don't have too much to update you on otherwise because I'm still loving it just as much as I was in the first update, and I'm having really good feelings about it. I'm getting 5-star feelings as of right now, but we still have a whole half to go, so we'll see. But I'll probably update you when I am finished with it. Hello, I have an update for you because yesterday I finished Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I read so much of this yesterday because I am really trying to bring my screen time down because I really want to do one of those videos where it's swapping screen time for reading time. But my like daily screen time is like 8+ hours, and so I really need to like try to bring it down before I attempt that challenge because otherwise I will like absolutely fail. So yesterday like I read a whole bunch and I read so much of this and I finished it and I loved it so much. It actually went in a direction that I don't know, I was not expecting, and I really liked where it went. We also got to see the scythedom from different parts of the world, which was really fascinating. It wasn't just in America, like we got to see some places in like South America and things like that. The different scythes in here are so fascinating, and the way that they glean can be like so dark, and I really like that it is so different for each person and how they look at being a scythe. It was so fascinating. I put a hold immediately on my library for the next one, Thunderhead, because I really want to like continue the series as fast as I can. I gave this one 5 stars, so I was right in this 5-star prediction. I am so excited that I love this so much. Neil Shusterman is one of the best dystopian writers in my opinion. He just does it so well, and he knows how to create an entirely new, like, scary world that also possibly seems like it could come true. But I really, really love this one. So after that one, my plan is to pick up Belladonna by Adeline Grace. So it was between this or Lightlark, obviously, and I looked and I was like, I'm gonna pick up the shortest one next. And this one was shorter by like 3 pages, so it counts. So I'm gonna pick up this one. A lot of people love this one, so I am hoping that I love it as well. Obviously, like I said at the beginning, these are all 5-star like predictions for me, so hopefully this is true. And this cover, stunning. We already know, stunning. And this is like not even a special edition, but let me show you what the inside looks like, or like the outside and the inside. So this is what the naked hardcover looks like. So beautiful. And then the end pages as well, and it's like just a regular edition. On the front it said that 5 belladonna berries are all it takes to kill someone. So I'm excited for this. Let's get started and I'll update you when I've read some of it. Hello, nice to see you again. It's been a few seconds for you, but I did start reading Belladonna. I am now on page 74, so I'm a little bit of the way in, and I can tell you what this is about because all I knew was this involved like death and a girl named Signa, which it does. So at the beginning of this, Signa is just a little tiny baby at a party with her family and like a bunch of other people, and pretty much everyone at the party dies from poison, I think, and Signa is left in the nursery, and she's supposed to die as well because from her mother's poisoned milk. But death shows up and doesn't take her. So Signa lives through this, and throughout her entire life, death is kind of like a person in her life following her around. Pretty much everyone that Signa ends up living with dies because she gets like shipped around to all these different random family members because she has no one to go to, and they all die, and so she is trying to figure out how to stop death. So now she is at Thorngrove Manor, and it's like this very extravagant mansion. There's parties there, there's like a sickness there, but also like something weird is going on. And once again, she's trying to figure out how to stop death. So this manor, like I said, there's some weird things going on, and I'm interested to see how those reveals come about and what happened, especially with some of the people that have lived there. Things are just kind of suspicious. People are acting weird, people are acting strange. There's some characters in here that I really want to know more about, and I also want to see more of Death because we've only seen a little bit of him so far. I do like Signa so far, but there's something about the story that is not quite gripping me yet. Now, mind you, I'm only 74 pages in, so hopefully by like page 100, 150, like I am sucked in because I still have high hopes that I'm gonna love this one. I'm just not quite there yet. I will say the writing is really good. I love the writing, and I'm not one of those people that really likes good like flowery writing. I love a simple writing, and this writing's not simple, but it's like not overly done either, so I'm enjoying that. But yeah, so far it's going good, but just not my favorite, but hopefully that changes, and I will let you know probably when I'm like halfway through. I have a track meet to go to later today, so I won't be reading a whole lot, and then we're traveling tomorrow. We're on spring break right now, so I also have a track meet tomorrow, Friday, and a track meet on Saturday, and then we'll be driving back. So, busy weekend, busy week of spring break. I'm one of those people that if I have off from work, I tend to read less, which most people read more. But this week, spring break, I'm reading less than I normally would because during a work week, I read so much more. Don't know how that works. But yeah, so I will update you when I'm halfway through Belladonna. Okay, I'm home for my lunch break, so I have an update for you. I am 50% of the way through Belladonna. I'm on page 202, so it's like pretty much exactly 50%, and I am not loving this. So I already knew before this that flowery writing is not my thing. I am a simple gal at heart. I love simple writing, and I can recognize beautiful writing, but it is not my favorite. This has beautiful writing, but it is not my favorite. This is pretty boring to me, and I feel like the story is going very slow. I don't care about any of the characters or what really happens to them just because I am really bored and I feel like I'm dragging my feet through the story. I will say that there is a quote in here that I underlined because it is very prominent for my life right now. So obviously, you know, this book is about death. And yesterday and the day before, so this weekend, two people that I have known really closely my whole life or recently in my life passed away. So I lost two people this weekend, and this quote that I read today, it says, "Death is talking," and he says, "There are times I wish I could warn people of their choices, lives I must take at too young an age or when they're surrounded by people who are not ready for them to leave. I am hated and feared more than anything or anyone in this world, so at times, yes, it can be sad, but it's who I am." So there's just something really therapeutic about reading about death while I am grieving people that I have loved. So that has it going for it. It's beautiful writing and I can see why people love this, but I just don't think this book is for me. It's not bad. I'm just really bored. But I was hoping to finish this today, but I just don't think that's going to happen because I'm reading it slower just because it's dragging. But yeah, I will let you know how far I get into it. I don't know when I will update you next, maybe when I'm finished, but we'll see. Okay, hello, it's the next day, but I was wrong and I did manage to finish Belladonna yesterday, and this was not it. Ooh, this was so boring. I felt like I was dragging through the sand trying to read this. That sounds so bad. I didn't necessarily outright hate it. I just wanted my time to be over with it because I was so bored. I recognize the writing is really beautiful, and if you are someone who loves beautiful writing, then you might love this. However, for me, the writing makes it go so much slower, and I just feel like I am spending way too much time in the story, and there would be interesting things that would happen, but it would take so long to get to those interesting things. And because of how slow the story felt, I just felt no connection with any of the characters. So by the time things were revealed or relationships were started, I just really did not care. Also, one of the things in here, Signa was getting ready for her debut in society, and I just really didn't care about that plot point either. So I ended up giving this one 2 stars. I don't know if I'll be continuing with Foxglove, which comes out in August, I think, but I also feel like I kind of want to. But I don't know. So sorry, Katie and Marissa. I know y'all love this, and whoever else out there loves it. It just wasn't for me, which is sad, but I'm still gonna keep it because it's beautiful. So I'm about to go to work, but today I am going to start the last book, which is Light Lark, and this is just the dust jacket because I'm about to head out the door, so I have my book with me. But I'm very excited for this one. I am hoping it reads really quickly and I don't feel like I'm dragging my feet through it, but I guess I will update you probably around lunchtime because I'll probably come home for my lunch break again and maybe I can update you then. We'll see how much time I have. But yes, I'm excited to start this. Okay, I didn't have time to update you during lunch, but I just got back home from work and I made it 130 pages into Light Lark today. And let me try to figure out how to tell you about this book. So a lot of you may know the general synopsis, but there's actually so much in this that I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So this is a fantasy world, and in this world there are several different realms. I can't remember how many there are. There's 5, maybe 6 different realms, and each realm has a different power. So the girl that we follow, Isla, she is from the wildling realm, and each realm is also cursed. And the wildling curse is they have to eat human hearts. And their magic, they also can produce, it's with nature, so they can produce different flowers and plants and things like that. So that is Isla, and then there's a bunch of others. There's a nightshade where they do shadows, and then there's a star one, there's a sun one, a sky one, just different realms of all that sort. So every 100 years there is an island called Lightlark, and every century each person, like each ruler of each realm, goes to Lightlark, and for 100 days there is kind of this competition where they are trying to break the curses of the realm, and there's like this whole background of how they're gonna do it, and like they kind of work together but they're also kind of competing, so it's really confusing because I thought it was like fight to the death, but it's also like alliances and they get paired up. And then before the competition even starts, like every few days, so like the first 25 days they do demonstrations about their power, and then you cannot kill anyone until after the 50th day. So there seems like there's a lot of rules, but also the main character Isla, she's I think like in her 20s, but a lot of the other characters are like 500 years old, so I don't know how that works. There's a lot of confusion going on for me. I feel like the world building is not great. I will be honest, there were times, and there still is a time, that I might DNF this. So I got to page 100 and I was like, I can't do it anymore, I'm DNFing it. But then I started reading another book and then I was like, wait, I kind of want to go back to Lightlark. So like, I don't know where my brain is. This is kind of confusing me. I just don't like I'm not clicking with the writing. The world building is pretty confusing because there is so much going on. Like I thought it was gonna be simple, people from realms coming to an island and killing each other, but it's not that. Like nobody's like died or gotten hurt or anything. Like none of that's even started yet. We've just been doing these demonstrations, and so it's been quite boring. I'm feeling a lot of the same feelings as I did when I read Belladonna. It's just kind of confusing, and like the realms are interesting, but I'm also having trouble keeping track of who's who because there's so many characters, and then each realm has magical abilities and then a curse, so I'm trying to keep straight who is from that realm and what their magic is and what their curse also is. So it's confusing, but then the main king also is like from the Sunling realm, so his curse is he can't be in the sun, but he can also turn things to gold, but he also has the power of every other realm. So you can tell just based on how I'm explaining this, it is quite confusing and hard to keep up with. I feel like I'm reading it pretty slow. The words on each page, like, it's kind of small, so it's taking me some time. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to page 200 today. I think I'm going to read a little bit more and then call it good for today, and hopefully I can finish this soon because I'm like ready to move on to another book, but every time I try, I keep wanting to finish this. So that says something for it, but also I'm not feeling great about the rest of it. But I'm ready for some action. And you know, there's the darkness character, like the Nightshade character, Grimm. He's hot, but like I need more, okay? But we'll see what happens, and I'll update you probably either halfway or when I finished, or if I have something else to say. We'll see. Alright everyone, I just finished Lightlark like 30 seconds ago, so everything's like fresh in my mind and I'm still kind of reeling from it. My feelings have changed a little bit, but I feel like it's such a roller coaster. So I think I'm settling on a 3-star. That's what I'm gonna put on Goodreads, but I am definitely between a 2 and 3-star because the majority of this book was 2 stars for me, but then I got really sucked in like the last 50 to 70 pages or so. There was like betrayal after betrayal and then like love professions and all this stuff. And I will say, not thrilled about the romance direction. I'm interested to see if things change in the second book, because right now the romance, I'm just not feeling it. Like I don't feel a connection. Like I've never been thrilled with the romance in this book from the very beginning. There are characters that I do like, but I just don't feel like a romance connection, you know what I mean? The magic system in here was really fascinating, and with like the curses and everything, I just think I'm not like a super strong fantasy reader, so getting thrown into it, I told you I was so confused and the world building felt so weak. But maybe if you prefer fantasy, like if that's your favorite genre, then you might like this book like from the very beginning better than I did, because I'm not a huge fantasy reader, and so I just felt so out of the loop until I finally started understanding who was who, what power they had, and what the curse was, and kind of what the different realms were. So I love when books cover like so many different magic systems and how each kingdom will have a different magic system. I really liked that. The main character, Isla, I'm not like in love with her. I just feel kind of indifferent about her, which is not how you want to feel about a main character. But originally I was like gonna unhaul this. I was like, I'm not continuing with the series, but I am gonna continue. I'm gonna keep this book for now, and I am gonna continue with the series, especially because the way this one ended, I do want to know. I am still intrigued. But yeah, my feelings about this are really weird and all over the place, and we'll see after I sit with it for some time, like my monthly wrap-up, how that goes. But that was the last book for this vlog, so now let me wrap up all my feelings. We started out super strong with Scythe, 5 stars. This is in the running for favorite book of the year so far. Had a great time. And then we took a quick turnaround and read Belladonna, which was 2 stars. Did not like this one, super bored. And then a really strange kind of like turn into different feelings, Lightlark. Still kind of weird because I was also bored with this one. Like in Belladonna, I was so bored. In this one, I was bored until like the last little bit, and then I finally was like, I'm caught up. I'm ready. You know, like I'm 350 pages in, and I'm finally here in this book. But yeah, so I'm settling on 3 stars for that. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know if you've read that and like how you feel about it, and also if you like fantasy, and so how that like determined how you felt about Lightlark as well. But that is it for this video. If you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave the rose emoji, because Lightlark, especially at the end, there's a rose. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!